trip went?
So, Betsy's number, 1418, is probably a good name for her because lately we've only got 14 to 18 minutes of drive time on her before something happens. So, we get out here to Johnson Valley. Fairly excited. We're coming out here to break in the new third member for Prim. There's something going on. I put a quart of oil in it when we were at home before we left. It was topped off for Rage at the River. I've only started it at the house and not really, I couldn't drive it because the third member was messed up. I don't know what's going on, but I was pulling the cap when we were out there.
Well, you made a few passes.
I made a few passes and it sounded like it had a lifter noise. So I decided to check the oil. Again, it's at the bottom of the dipstick. So I popped the cap to look inside and there's kind of like, almost like a frothy white, creamy white stuff around on the bottom of the cap. Not so much on the bottom of the cap, and then around the cylinder of the fill port for the motor for the oil. It's kind of that same thing, and I'll post a picture of it in this video. But normally that means a blown head gasket, and we popped the radiator, and it's kind of foamy.
The cap?
No, just inside of it. It's kind of foamy. Not necessarily oily, but foamy, kind of. We're gonna go get a pressure tester, pressurize the radiator.
That's what Sachin.
That's what I talked to Sanchin. He thought I was messing with him. He's all, it's not April Fool's yet. Probably do a leak down test on the cylinders too. Check compression on the cylinders. And go from there. The oil's going somewhere, whether it's coming out of the breather for the valve covers or it's going into the oil. The dipstick, typically when you have a blown head gasket, the dipstick gets real frothy when you pull it out, but it wasn't. It's clear. It just looks like standard oil on the dipstick. So either these are the beginning stages of a blown head gasket or something else is going on. The truck's had a lot of crankcase pressure since day one. I was told that's kind of normal, but at this point, I don't know, it seems like something's going on. Like I've said in the past, this is all new to me. I don't know enough when it comes to this stuff. I'm slowly learning the hard way. But other than that, truck ran great. When let me put it this way, it never stopped running. We just decided to stop running it because I don't want to run the motor so low on the oil it starves something, and then B, I don't want to get coolant into the oil and wash out the rings or wash out, a cylinder or a bearing or something and starve it for oil. We don't know if we're gonna make Prim.
No, we're making Prim.
It all depends on what happens and what we can get done. We have the will, but sometimes parts don't show up in time, so we just gotta see what we can do and diagnose the problem first.
Well, I think
we know where to go.
What my plans are: oil cooler, new injectors, and a new head gasket. If it is a head gasket.
Yes.
And then if anything else is messed up, might as well fix it now.
If it's just a head gasket and nothing got messed up, great. But unfortunately, the budget we're on, if it's the motor's toast, I don't think we can afford it right now, anyways.
Or you can put the old motor back in.
Yeah, either that or we'll put the old motor back in and send it. A little disappointed, but I understand. It's just part of having a built motor. It's just hard when I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, we were gonna paint it. It seems like every time I say I'm gonna paint the truck, something happens. So don't paint your truck because it just wants to break.
Oh, what do we have here? Bought a jack. What'd you get?
Freaking heavy.
Do they have the stuff?
Yeah, they did. Spent a bunch of money.
Yeah. Isn't that your favorite thing to do?
Compression tester, because I don't have one of those. I have an oil pressure tester.
What's the jack for?
Because I'm getting old.
Can't lift the truck with your arms anymore?
No. And then a radiator pressure tester, so I can cry after we checked it.
Did you get shop rags to wipe the tears?
I didn't, no. Forgot.
About an hour already playing with his toys. What you doing? Playing with your new toys already?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Adapter, so it puts on, and then you tighten it down, and it seals where the other lid would, kind of like that. And then this is 16 pounds, so we'll pressurize it to like 16 or 18 psi and see what happens. Starting to recirculate already. So that's good.
Why are we doing this?
We might have a blown head gasket, so we're gonna find out right now.
Are you prepared?
Prepared to cry. I'm trying to get up the temp right now.
Shut it off. So I just shut the truck off. Now what do you have to do?
We just connected this, so we're going to pump it up to, typically this holds 16 psi. So,
Pump the jam, pump it up.
right now we're at 10, 11, 12.
Seem like you're pretty good at that.
What you know about that, huh? Alright. So now we just let it sit. See what happens. If there is some type of leak,
It'll lose pressure.
lose pressure.
What are your feelings?
Telling
Kind of
you.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Your motto.
Pretty much is what it is.
Me now?
I am showing you the radiator cap that looks like it has water in it.
That's radiator or oil?
This is oil.
The oil cap?
Yeah,
It looks like you put some anti-seize on there,
it does.
which you did, right?
Oh, I totally did.
Well, at least we know it's being lubricated, right? There's anti-seize.
Not as bad. That's
That was a
weird.
joke.
It's almost like moisture like just gathers on the cap. When you check the oil, it looks fine. You guys
I feel like
bridge on your truck so you go across them.
it's pretty cool. You know, I feel like you need to check it when it's cold.
Check the oil with?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shouldn't really matter.
Because what? I don't know.
Right at the tippy of the dipstick. It's not even reading on the min. It's probably a 1/4 inch away from the end of the dipstick. Probably like 2 quarts low right now.
So you're running her dry or what?
It was full when we left this morning.
So where's it going?
Never land.
That's the mystery we're trying to find out.
That's the mystery. You can give me.
You like mysteries, though.
I do not. You can give me the mini impact so I can pop this off, please.
Yep. You know, I was having a lot more fun this morning when all we had to do to the truck was paint it.
I know, right? Now, we might be pulling a motor. I thought that was fun.
Pulling a motor is fun.
It's easy to pull. The problem is when you gotta put it back in.
Hey, at least we don't have to do all the stuff you had to do when you first put it in.
Yeah, it's just assembly now.
I think the hardest part is just going to be bleeding the radiator again. Which you should just buy a bleeder this time.
Probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I'll order it right now.
I'm sure
Just-
you will.
Just give me the green light.
Just trying to spend monies
Yep.
that we don't have.
But it's okay because race truck.
Don't listen to her, kids.
Hey, you got me hooked into this. It's your fault.
Guilty as charged, I guess. I have a suspicion that a lot of the oil's leaving through here, personally. But
Through where?
through the valve cover breathers.
Is that the tube that's running to the back of the motor right now?
To the back of the truck, yeah.
Or the back of the truck?
Actually, it's gonna be time to make our own harness for this motor too, to clean it all up.
What you like doing wiring? You wanted a race truck.
I'm having second thoughts.
Oh, come on. Don't say that. You didn't hear that, Betsy. Don't listen to him.
It's slowly dropping.
Is it? That's a good sign, right?
That means, I don't know.
It means the motor's not all stressed out. What are you up to now?
I am pulling off. First I gotta pull off the fuel rail.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can pull the, what's it called?
The thingies?
The coil packs.
Because you're going to check spark plugs, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to pull the spark plugs off.
You want to tell us why?
Huh?
You want to tell us why?
I'm pulling the spark plugs off so I can do a basically a compression test, and then I'll do a leak down test.
But why are we
too.
doing a compression test?
Because
Was this test positive or negative?
we're gonna find out real quick.
No, I'm talking about the...
We're gonna do a compression test because the radiator leak down test
It's positive, right?
basically essentially stated that there's some type of leak somewhere. and it's not under the truck, so based on everything else, we think it's inside the motor. So I'm gonna look at the spark plugs, take picture of the spark plugs, and also see what the compression test tells us.
So that's our fuel line. So you have to pull that off?
I gotta pull that off, and then I'm pulling all the coil pack wiring off right now because everything is underneath it. It's super dirty right now because when we went testing, the oil dipstick just decided to blow off and push oil all over this side of the motor, which was super cool because everything was nice and clean.
I get the vibe Betsy didn't like her heart transplant.
I don't think so. I think she was a little mad at us, to say the least.
I don't think we've had this many issues with her.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep this side as clean as possible because I do not want any dirt dumping into the injectors. So right now I'm going to blow this off again.
Starting to think you really like mechanical work.
I think I hate mechanical work. I think it loves me.
You know, I'm really starting to think Betsy just wants some quality time with you.
That's what it seems like. Watch your eyes.
My eyes are watched.
That looks a lot cleaner.
So is that the hose that you were saying that you routed it so that it would
This
drain
goes
back?
all the way to the back of the truck, but if you look at it, I routed them all the way thinking, okay, they're gonna hopefully not
Run back to the motor?
Yeah, that was the hope. I guess that's not the case so far.
I wonder if it would have been better for you to run the big one down and then the smaller ones.
Well, normally you want bigger because the velocity keeps down the velocity the bigger it is. So it's less likely to push oil up.
That's what I'm saying. So why didn't you do big right here?
Because I couldn't, because that's the size that comes out of it. I have to step it up, and I just didn't have the stuff to do it at the time.
Keep it up, Betsy. We're going to replace you. We're just going to build a new truck, Betsy.
Yeah.
You hear me? Are you learning, little man? What are you learning so far?
Don't build a race truck. Just build a play truck. Be so much happier.
Are you going to follow that advice or no?
Probably not. Or build two separate trucks.
I like how you think. Are you excited to start on your truck? We'll do the motor last, just in case. I think we're just going to let you have Betsy's old motor. Apparently that thing's indestructible.
Alright.
I don't even think we need to rebuild it. I think we should just drop it right in.
That's what I'm saying.
Start it up.
With aluminum heads, you should heat the motor up before you pull your spark plugs.
Do you think she's warm enough?
Yeah. And then most spark plug sockets have like a little rubber grommet in there. When they get worn out, cool little trick is you can use a hose and get in there once you loosen it, and then you can pull it out. So like for motors like this, it works really good. Some little tricks of the trade. And super long extensions. So what you do is you just loosen it. And I'm pretty sure this spark plug is not gonna come out with this socket because it's all worn out. Oh, I did. That one doesn't look too bad, actually.
So what would we be looking for?
If it was super like gray and white, that means it's running lean. If it's like super black, then that means it was running
Rich.
This is driver's side front cylinder.
Okay.
Looks decent.
Looks a little gray though.
Looks clean actually. Doesn't have a lot of soot. Or this one looked a little more brownish.
Okay, so number 3. I have a feeling it's gonna be 3 or 4. Mm-hmm.
Another trick you can do is they say like if you have a lot of carbon buildup and these are hard to get out, you can, if you heat up the motor, loosen them as much as they'll let you go, and then start the motor again, it'll blow the carbon past the threads. Doesn't look bad really either. Anything, that one looks like it might have got hot.
The second one, huh? Because out of all of them, that one looks like it has more gray on it. It almost seems like every time there's like a race coming up that we're excited for,
Something happens.
we just have so much work to do before. What the heck was that? A donkey?
I don't even know.
Or a goose? Right, hopefully it's not one of those endangered wild asses from the zoo.
It's weird how that one's like so.
Why, what'd you say?
I might have put oil around that one to get it back in.
Have you not taken out the spark plugs on that side?
I don't think so. I think we just did that side. We're in the desert.
We're about 7 minutes short of an hour.
So it went down to 0 pressure.
And then 40 minutes, or in 20 minutes, it went down to 10.
You just pump it up.
Pull back on it and pump it.
Pump the gene. Oh, that's a leaky injector. That's cool.
What's dripping?
That's an injector that's just leaking.
It's leaking fuel.
Yeah, that's not good.
Another reason why I'm videoing this is because when I have to do this to my truck someday, I'll know exactly what to do. Well, yeah, because ain't no way I'm running an LS.
You're not going to run that motor?
No, but it's still going to be a Ford motor
What?
in my truck.
Ooh.
Let me see.
That one's black.
Oh. Wait, I can't see it. Keep
build up
moving
on
it. Ah, hold on. Ooh.
Got a little oil on it too.
Ooh.
Oh, that's oil.
That's nasty.
That one's super crusty.
Which one's that?
Front cylinder.
That one's infected for sure.
Ooh.
Dang, that one's a winner.
Jeez.
So, from what I'm seeing, the right side of the motor's effed.
Damn.
Sounds like you just, ride the passenger side super hard. Right? Hit all the holes, everything on my side.
These trucks are stupid. Stupid.
It's gonna be like Happy Gilmore. I don't mean that,
I don't
baby.
even think that cylinder was firing.
I'm sorry, baby.
Jeez. I'm sorry, baby. I don't remember how the song goes.
I wanna kiss you all over.
I know you.
Then the old lady comes upstairs. I love that movie.
When we get back, can I weld the bump to my boom?
Yeah.
You're gonna weld it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, finally one that's good.
We should have a weld off, you and I.
Real. Not bad.
No?
too bad.
You don't want your mom to school you?
I already claimed you as the victor.
I don't know. I haven't welded in like a year, so baby duties.
You want
You even know how to weld?
If you look real quick, it'll probably work.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Do you even know how to weld? You weld?
I'm gonna beat your butt.
I don't know how much those borescopes are.
A
You
horoscope?
wanna try to look?
A borescope.
'Cause it'll probably last long enough for you to look.
You want to see Betsy's fortune? Is that what you're saying?
A whore.
Never mind.
A whore of a truck. What you been seeing?
Apparently not you.
Huh? Some beach. Going fucked up.
We can't say little ears anymore. I'm sure you hear worse at school.
I want to kiss you all.
You hear that, Betsy?
Not anymore.
I don't think she likes her new door.
I'm so excited to start on your new truck.
What about your truck?
My truck can wait.
Not too bad.
No.
Okay.
Two front cylinders
So
are
these two
up.
are jacked up.
I have a perfect thing. Oh, I won't work fast enough. I was gonna do the whoop whoop.
That's the sound of the ponies. Looks like they're partying. Dirty spark plugs.
Pull the new motor out, number 1 and number 2 cylinder. Something's going on. We're gonna see if the motor's savable. It's pretty disappointing. This cylinder had 70 PSI roughly of compression, and then this one had 120 for some reason. As you can see, it's not very good.